It's time for maximum exposure. We're showcasing and celebrating. Got a big old bucket head? Now that's a talent. The best thing about this talent is practicing. If you need a guy with a really strong throw, we got him. Got a freaky body? You the Pretzel Man. And a dude who thinks being a monk and playing the flute with his nose just ain't enough. A human bowling ball sets him up and knocks him down. Ride free and feel the wind on your nipples. And a very special woman who plucks the stems off cherries. Who needs them boring survival shows? We got us a talent show. You lucky dogs, you're about to see Max X's first annual talent show. And much like Foxy Boxy, this is a fight to the death. This is John. You might be asking yourself, why is John Evans surrounded by fine ladies? Is it because he's the best looking guy in England right after Rupert Everett and Benny Hill's corpse? Or is it his really big, neck? No, it's his hat. See, John holds the world's record for carrying huge loads on his melon. Check out John's hot little Chernobyl hat. Oh yeah, work it, girl. Whether it's a monster stack of bicycle crates or two lost bicyclists, John always manages to find himself underneath something heavy. Here John balances 225 pints of beer on his hat. Impressive, but we'd like to see him try that with pony kegs. Oh no, wasted beer! We don't like John so much anymore. Now he's trying to impress the judges with a car. Yeah, that's nice, but now let's see him do that with a Hummer. After all that, what does the Max X Talent Show audience think? For our second contestant, we go to China, where people really know how to have a good time. This is He-Lin, and he's mastered the art of chugging booze. For his first trick, he'll drink a beer without using his hands. Apparently, He-Lin has spent some time in the American college system. And now a second beer with no hands while holding the empty glass under his chin. Next, two Boilermakers at the same time. Now, for you kids at home, a Boilermaker is a beer with a shot of whiskey. Cheaper the better. Have one ready for Daddy when he gets home from work. It'll make him smile. And now for the piece de resistance, which is French for this completely rocks. He-Lin will drink 4 beers at once. Hey, say something for the rest of us drunks, will ya? Let's check with the judges. He-Lin. But before you go, we have someone you should meet. John, meet He-Lin. Though you come from separate worlds, you both speak the same language. Beer. Next, we've got a Russian with a gun. Let's just hope he's not totally liquored up on vodka. This guy's combined 2 of our most popular pastimes into one thrilling exhibition. Tightrope skeet shooting. Whoa, got one! And that ain't easy. Those balloons are wily suckers. Now our comrade has to sit down and reload, which you wouldn't have to do if you did this with a machine gun. Bingo! Got the other one. Because, you know, balloons usually travel in pairs. Phew! If there's ever a war at a Russian circus, those Dudskis are in good hands. Our fourth talented contestant is Vicente Guzman. By day, a martial arts instructor. By another part of the day, Indestructible Man. Here's Indestructible Man on a TV show. He's setting up his bed of nails trick with a twist. A motorcycle. He has two choices. Tire tracks all across his back, or nails driven into it. He goes with the nails. Okay, let's take another look at that. From where we're sitting, Indestructible Man could lose a few indestructible pounds around his gut. Here's the Indestructible throw trick. He takes a really sharp knife. They place a cinder block on his back. He puts the knife point against his throat, and they smash it. Using freaky self-hypnosis and a dash of meditation, Indestructible Man is able to perform dozens of useless, potentially fatal, yet entertaining stunts. Here he bends metal bars using his indestructible larynx.
If we meditate, if our mind is clear and positive, we can do anything.
Like talking students into walking barefoot on glass. Let's listen in.
Camine conmigo, concentrada totalmente. Parece sobre los vídeos, concentrada totalmente. Camine en ellos, concentrada totalmente. Concentrada, camine conmigo. Al frente.
Ladies and gentlemen, chicks and dudes, give it up for Indestructible Man. Our next contestant in the Max X Talent Show is Master Yoon Hee. And he's the dancingest 57-year-old monk this side of the Great Wall. Whoa, check out that high kick. Yoon Hee is an expert in the precise martial art discipline of fighting weird stuff. Look, he's crushing that piece of ceramic into dust. Aw, take that, stupid pottery bowl. Now watch the master take down a piece of wire that was talking smack. He actually bites off the end of it. Bet you're sorry now, you lousy piece of wire. And now it's time for Yoon Hee to kick back and relax with his nose flute. But Yoon Hee can't ever truly relax. He's a type A monk. Yoon Hee, you truly are the master of the Max X Talent Show. Maximum exposure. We got skills. Next, find out why this guy never turned in a term paper on time. Every dog will have his day on a cheerleader's butt. A real blast from the past. No matter how hard he tries, this guy will never lose face. Feel the burn, snap your spine. And the most talented woman in the Western world. Oh yeah, if you want to see more, check out our Max X list. This ain't your daddy's reality show, it's Max X. Welcome back to the Max X Talent Show, crammed with the most talented people all over the world. Meet Chen Rongji. He is the master of the slingshot. Here we see Chen patrolling a railroad yard, a yard infested with matches and soda cans. Chen hates soda cans. Oh, there's another one, and another. Look out behind you. There are cans everywhere. Here's Chen on a Chinese television show. His assistant's probably thinking, 4 years at Beijing Juilliard, and this is what I got to show for it? Chen also hates ping pong balls. Here we see the slingshot master first drown the ping pong ball in booze. Then shoot it out of the glass. Oh, righteous, dude. Awesome job, Chen. The crowd loves it. But wait! Look out for that train! Our next talented performer is Mary Jane Sorgel. She's been trained by her dog, Muffy, to do some amazing tricks. Okay, speak, Mary Jane.
Hi, I'm Mary Jane Sorgel, and this is Muffy.
Good girl. Now twirl the baton. Yeah, that's it. Faster. Go faster. Or no biscuit. Muffy's done an incredible job of training Mary Jane. In fact, Mary Jane is completely housebroken and has given up chewing shoes altogether. And look at that outfit. Muffy's taught Mary Jane to twirl in some trademark poses, including the dog is man's best hat. The doggy stole. And our favorite, the booty balance. Muffy's even teaching Mary Jane the alphabet. Look, Mary Jane can do the letter X. In fact, Muffy is such a big fan, she's taught Mary Jane a cheer.
Give me an M. Give me an A. Give me an X. Give me another X. What does that spell? Max X. Louder. Max X. Louder. Max X.
Mary Jane, you're definitely our favorite Max X act. And now for some classic Max X talent. For a special treat, we're going to let you hear the original play-by-play for this guy. For those of you who support strict gun control, let us show you the softer side of a rifle.
There go the feathers. There it is, all but the piercing eye. And now that's taken care of, and it took him just 2 minutes.
Look at that booty.
Ken had no outline to follow. The metal plate was behind the paper.
Remember, guns don't shoot Native American patterns into paper. People do. Yeah, we got guns and knives. This here's Peter. He's trying to win some prizes on a Russian TV show. His talent? The knife between the fingers thing. Hey, Max X kids, a little warning. The idea is to not slice your finger off. If he does it without cutting himself, he wins a can of motor oil. Oh yeah, and a toaster. Now he's got to do it blindfolded. He starts slow and builds up speed. Let's see that slower and closer. Remember, the dude's risking chopping off a finger, but it ain't for no Bob Barker Price is Right Caribbean cruise worth 10,000 bucks. It's for a can of motor oil and a toaster. Damn, living in Russia must totally suck. Be thankful you live in a real country, America, where people on crappy shows win real big stuff. Some say that we at Max X have no culture. To that, we say, bite me. Check out this fine artist. Meet Mr. Zhumo Jun, breath painter. As you can see, Zhu's breath is so bad, the paint literally runs away from it, creating beautiful artwork, suitable for framing or decorative placemats. Hey, if you squint your eyes, that looks just like some chickens. And that is a cow being attacked by a tornado, maybe. Now that's definitely a woman who's been stabbed in the back with a bush on her head, or maybe another cow. Amazing. He only uses his breath. Wait a minute. Hey, you're using your fingers, you cheater. Nice work, but in the future, may we suggest a mint? Now, shoving 10 pounds of culture into a 5-pound bag, we proudly present Jorge Castillo, keyboard artiste. Apparently, there are no paintbrushes or pencils in El Salvador. But Jorge's artistic muse could not be silenced. Using an ancient artifact known as a typewriter, Jorge has cranked out reams of incredibly detailed art. Like these buildings. And this uncanny likeness of Tori Spelling. Other jealous artists are quick to criticize Jorge's work. This guy's pointing out a misspelling at the bottom of the picture. Unfortunately, there's no spell check on a typewriter. Oh, and by the way, Jorge is our favorite name to say on Max X. Jorge. 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 Our favorite name, our favorite artist. Congratulations, Jorge. Now there's a buttload of high-quality Max X talent. Max X, we're lucky and we're good. Coming up, check it out. Idle hands are the devil's plaything. The triangle's nice, but can he do it with a rhombus? A dude who ain't gonna win no gold medal, and he sure ain't gonna win no Grammy. You become a monk, you give up sex and liquor. See what happens? And a man with an uncanny talent for picking an excellent assistant. You want talent? We got your talent right here on our Max X list. Max X, the hardest working show in show business. Welcome back to the Maximum Exposure Talent Show. We got more talent in our whole show than Carrot Top's got in his little pinky. This here's Gerald Goodwin. He's a good old North Carolina boy with God-given talent that he don't hide.
I'm going to take my left arm here and put it into a neutral position between park and reverse. Watch this one. I am the only one in captivity that can do this one. The guitar is exactly upside down and backwards. I'll be chording the guitar over here and over it with the left hand, and I'll be strumming the guitar from the bottom up out front.
Ladies and gentlemen, Gerald Goodwin, the pretzel picker.
If you want to see bowling with me, mother, you can see it on Max X. Oh, woman stuck in sushi down her gully. Woo-hoo. You can see it on Max X. Max X, Max X, Max X, Max X. It's a TV show that's better than sex. You better believe it, folks. It's a maximum exposure. Yes!
That's a Max X kind of talent. This is Chu Wenping. He came to Beijing with only 10 fingers, a face, and a dream. Now, Chu is the premier face musician in China. In fact, he's the only face musician in China. It's common knowledge that the Chinese love their face slapping. And Chu's a face-slapping celeb. After a hard day of slapping his face, Chu likes to relax with the most annoying instrument this side of the bagpipes, the harmonica. But then it's back to finger fun. The crowd will have nothing less. You know, I gotta wonder, if he can make all those sounds with his face, what do you think he can do with his butt? This is Sam Phillips from Cleveland, Ohio. As you can see, he likes to drum. But he was born to hand jive. Sometimes he even does it in black and white when he's feeling arty. Old Sammy gets around. He's been on some shows in Germany and Japan with unpronounceable names. We're sure it's not long before he gets his own star on Hollywood Boulevard. Now, with talented hands like these, Sam is never bored when he's alone. Apparently, Sam's also a master of disguise. Do any of these guys look alike? Let's hear it for the many faces and talented hands of Sam Phillips. Guys are always looking for new ways to play with balls. And Michael Motion is no exception. Michael has turned his fondness for balls into a lucrative career, both performing with the Big Apple Circus and designing acts for Cirque du Soleil. Who said geometry's useless? You should see what this guy can do with a dodecagon. You know, the rhythm of the balls is almost hypnotic. In fact, I'm feeling sleepy. Jugglers are cool. Jugglers are sexy. Jugglers must rule the planet. Let's give jugglers a hand. This next guy knows how to multitask. Meet Patrick Lee, musician, athlete. Knowing he was meant for better things, Patrick trained himself to play the harmonica while running around like a maniac. Now he can fulfill his life's ambition, playing Oh Susanna while competing in a decathlon. Hey, good act, bad outfit. Here's Patrick on the other side of the world, which explains the upside-down video. And finally, demonstrating his lungs of steel, Patrick plays one harmonica with his mouth and one with his nose at the same time, which means twice as much sweet, sweet music. We just don't want to see this part of the act when he has a cold. Hey! I scream, you scream. We all scream for the flying ice cream shop in Thailand. Ice cream guy, Apachard Chai Pro Kochard, a.k.a. Mr. C, says ice cream doesn't taste right until you throw it 100 feet in the air. Mr. C wants to know, would you like sprinkles with that? And the customers are real happy Mr. C gave up his soup stand. Max X. Hey, we're good at this. Next, how come when we do this, it's a moving violation? Okay, rack him up. We don't know much about elephant art, but we know what we like. Note to self, get a new girlfriend and go bowling. If you still think talent is overrated, watch our Max X list. Maximum exposure. Pork rinds for the soul. Welcome back to the Max X Talent Show. This next bunch of guys falls into our impressing the ladies category. But first, here's a gal who bowls guys over.
And double over.
Whatever you say, she got our attention.
Touch your toes. Touch your heels. Touch your toes. Heel. Toes.
Here's what it looks like from her POV.
Touch your toes. Touch your heels. Touch your toes.
She's stretchy. We like ye.
In this position, you can do anything. You can read a book, talk, look at your feet, relax, or walk around your head.
This supple little minx's name is Haley Woods. She started doing this when she was 2.
We learned back bends and splits and cartwheels, and I would go home and I would just practice.
Best of all, she's a human bowling ball. She starts down the lane. Won't be no gutter ball. Oh, it's a strike. Next one's from her angle. Another strike. But can she nail the turkey? Yes, we gotta see that again. Slower and closer. Check out that form. She hits that pocket with her gut. Nice rolling. Definition of a Max X kind of gal? Very flexible, loves bowling. Let's take a trip to Bangkok. The guy on the bike is Supad Nitapun. Cool guy. Cooler name. Nitapun. Nitapun has mastered the ancient art of riding a motorcycle with no hands. Here he does his best Batman impression. Bangkok babes love that. And what chick doesn't enjoy being serenaded at 40 miles an hour? Then, of course, he does the traditional cow skull carry. And as a topper, he shows the ladies his rock-hard man boobies. Good job, Nitapun. We see a hot biker babe in your future. Thinking that chicks love 9-ball, our next talented Max Xer is putting his babe magnet skills to work at a local pool hall. This is Tim. His last name is Reed, which is perfect for a guy who could get lost in a box of soda straws. To get the ladies' attention, Tim performs a sensual striptease. The gals are drawn to him like flies to a skinny naked guy. Then he announces he will pass his entire body through this pool ball rack. His pal slicks him down with a beer, and he's off. Tim has a future in breaking and entering. Which means he has the girth of 12 pool balls. Hey, let's take another look at that trick. Okay, ladies, no crowding. The line for Tim forms at the left. Make sure you got enough quarters for the table. This He-Man is Al Glanicki, and he has a very talented tongue. He can tie knots and cherry stems in world record time, which is a big deal to Al Glanicki. But we think the real talent here is his assistant. Meet Sheila Tidwell, Cherry D. Stemmer. Ms. Tidwell is obviously a pro at all things maraschino. She has grace under pressure, a subtle yet effective style, and a huge commitment to the job. Pull that stem, and again, and again. Oh, pull, pull. Oh, to be a cherry stem. With Miss Tidwell's help, Al has broken yet another record, or so we're told. Miss Tidwell, Max X men all across the country are saluting you. They just can't stand up to do it.
Unbelievable.
If we've learned anything here at Max X, babes love the monks. Here's a trio of holy men who appear on Beatnik Theater out of Nashville, Tennessee.
Over 800 years ago, unbeknownst to the world, 3 Buddhist monks settled in the hills of East Tennessee, introducing the Buddha Billies.
dreams, a bunch of women with shaved heads are throwing underwear and hotel keys onto the stage. Max Axe. We got a knack for this. Coming up, a horse is a horse, of course, especially when it's a good kisser. His left hand don't know what the right is doing. C-Spot walk. C-Spot ride a bike and feel the wind on his nipples. If you still don't think that's some buku talent, double-click on our Max Axe list. It's all good, but with Max Axe, it's better. We're back with the Max Axe Talent Show. Bring on the critters.
Okay, City, open the window.
When we think of horses at Max Axe, we think, good eating.
Good.
But when Phyllis Olsen thinks of horses, she thinks, good lovin'.
Cover it, please. Thank you. Turn the light out. Good, yay!
Chagra helps out around the kitchen, both with the cooking and the cleaning.
There, come on. Okay, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
He's even learned to talk. Catherine, the great horse translator, tell us Chagra's saying, help me, for the love of God. A petting zoo, the glue factory, anything, just get me out of here.
Smile big. Smile over this way.
Oh, looks like Phyllis has had enough talk. She wants to brush his teeth. You know what fresh breath means. Warm up those lips, Chagra. Doesn't love elephants. They're really fun to watch in the circus when they aren't going crazy and trampling people. Here's a very special elephant. Her name is Mary, and she's an artist. Mary the painting elephant has been taught to paint by Scott Riddle, who keeps her at his Riddle Elephant Sanctuary.
So we take the paintbrush, put paint on it, and give it to her. Pick it up, Mary.
We wanted to know who'd be crazy enough to buy a painting painted by an elephant.
We had a lady fly in from Hollywood one time and pick out the colors, and Mary painted it. She got back on the plane and went home.
Show people. They do some crazy stuff out there in Hollyweird. Mary may be a good painter, but look at this. Sitting down. Yeah, that's right. Mary's the lazy painting elephant. Next up for Mary, rhythmic gymnastics. What's more fun than a painting elephant? Well, we don't know. But a Chinese guy who can paint with both hands comes pretty close. We're not sure exactly how he does this, but multiple personalities seems like a pretty good guess. Okay, now he's just showing off. 2 hands and 2 feet? Okay, dude, yeah, you're cool. Don't get a big head or anything. Ah, now he's got a brush in his mouth. All that for a sign that says men's room. Next stop, Japan. Kasahiro Nishi is a dog trainer, but he's moved away from simple commands like fetch and kill. This dog is actually walking as if it were human. 2 legs good, 4 legs bad. This pooch's name is Momotaro. He can ride a bike. Of course, he needs training wheels. A loser! Maybe somebody ought to teach him how to wear underpants. I said 4 legs bad. Now quit screwing around with those hula hoops and get back on that bike. The other dogs make fun of Momotaro's training wheels, but since it took only 45 days to learn to ride this well, soon he'll be kicking their doggy butts on a totally tight mountain bike. Good dog. Now kiss me. A maximum exposure rule of thumb. Hard work don't mean squat. It's all about talent. Either you got it or you don't. And baby, we got it. Max X List is coming up. And now it's time for our Max X List of the most talented guys we could find. And each of them uses a children's toy in a most grown-up sort of way. This super-powered hero is known as the Rope Warrior. His real name is David Fisher. But don't tell anyone, or his enemies will take it out on his loved ones. The Rope Warrior uses his powers for good, not evil. Here we see him rehearsing for the upcoming Jump Rope the Musical. We don't know the exact name of this move, so we just call it Fabulous! When not fighting crime, the Rope Warrior spends his time touring schools, spreading his message of peace, love, and jumping rope.
You're jumping rope with your butt. You're jumping rope with your butt.
This isn't a specific move. The roof is just really, really high. Able to jump rope higher than tall buildings in a single jump. We at Max X sleep much easier knowing that Rope Warrior is looking over us. Now on to our second kid's toy, roller skates. Using the grandparents of rollerblades, Michael Watson skates out of the 80s and into our hearts. Apparently this stunt isn't too hard. Seriously, those cars aren't even trying to run Michael over. Now remember, this is not a good idea. And we don't just mean the outfit. Do not try this on the road. Look, it's a roller boogie sandwich. Some call this roller skating, but we call it styling and profiling. Watch as Michael puts the rope between his teeth. Now there's $3,000 worth of braces gone to hell. Ooh, fancy! You know, the biggest problem with this trick is not staying on the car. It's spandex ride-up. Michael has shown us that if you're still a kid at heart, you can use your toys in really dangerous ways. Give it up, everybody! And finally, our favorite children's toy. Broken shards of glass. Master Khalid is another one of those martial arts experts who feels the need to find newer and newer ways to almost kill himself. After a leisurely stroll on the glass, Master Khalid decides it's time for a little lie down. Here's a comfy board for a blankie. Before he knows it, a bunch of guys jump out of nowhere and pile a couple thousand pounds of cinder blocks on him.
You have to believe that you're better. That's the first step. You have to believe, you have to have the desire, and just go out and challenge what's breaking you down. Challenge it.
Okay, challenge and believe. I got it. Oh, by the way, Khalid, sweet mullet. After the brick, some children mistake it for government-funded playground equipment and jump on. This brings the total poundage to around 3,000. Like all kids, they tire of trying to crush a man to death and jump off. Next, out come the sledgehammers, and off come the bricks.
Every strike, boom, there's 1,000 pound, and that goes instant impact on the knee, on the ribs, on the lung.
Miraculously, Khalid survives, making him the toughest dude in Damascus, Syria. And that's why Khalid is #1 on the X list. And why we keep making Max X. Because of all you way talented dudes.